Guys, I've been dealing with a problem for the last day, and it's been very annoying. A little while ago, I was on my commute to work, I was stuck in a bunch of traffic, and then I got to go fast for about 30 seconds, and then a rock hit the windshield of my daily, and it immediately gave a nice big foot-long crack. Super annoying, and I've been wrestling with patch kits, learning how they work and everything, trying to fix that crack in the window, but I started thinking, what else is small and annoying that I'm thinking about today? And it's this guy. I came across this video recently, and immediately upon seeing it, I absolutely knew I had to make a video about it. This is the story of a rich kid in a 911 GT3 RS who really, I think, just perfectly encapsulates what canyons have become now in the modern day. I have a close relationship with canyons before I was ever doing any track driving or gaining the experience that I have now. That was kind of where I started, just to kind of go out and have some fun and drive with friends. So even though now I'm all washed up, shaking my fist at the sky, saying, "You darn kids," I think this is a perfect example of how sad people in canyon driving have become. Now, this first incident I'm going to play is what kickstarts our entire story today. So I want you guys to watch this and pay attention to kind of where everyone's positioned and how this all kind of plays out, because this will be important for later. So these two motorcyclists come up on a GT3 RS, and he's just stuck behind another car in traffic, no big deal, and the bikes go to make a pass, which they're within their right to do. You see there's one car that was coming in the other lane, there was an Integra there, but he was a bit close, but not anything sketchy, just he was in the picture.
Wait, I can't hear you, one sec. What's up?
Next time you pass, leave a little bit more space.
Okay.
See you there, you came out, I know you're quick, I didn't even see you, it was like 1 inch off the mirror.
Oh shit, okay, you got it.
So now further down the road, the GT3 RS actually pulls up next to those two motorcyclists, and oh my god, who let this man leave the house like that? How is his girlfriend in the passenger seat still sitting in the car? I would have tuck and rolled, jumped out of that moving vehicle the second I saw the carbon fiber steel-o and the OMP gloves get busted out. This is another level of embarrassing. There have been plenty of times in my life where I've seen people driving on canyon roads with gloves, and just a nice piece of advice for anyone who's debating doing that: please don't. It is so embarrassing. You look like a wannabe race car driver so bad, and it is a pathetic look. I mean, look at this guy. He's wearing a genuinely nice carbon fiber steel-o helmet, genuinely nice OMP gloves, and he's in a beautiful GT3 RS. This guy looks like the most sad clown I could hire for my birthday party.
Scared the shit out of me.
My bad. Okay.
So just a little bit more space.
I got you.
Good shit though.
Yeah, enjoy it. Great car.
Yeah, great bike.
Thank you.
Double R?
Huh?
1000 double R?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I love it. You running it?
Yeah, we're good running this.
So these guys have a relatively chill interaction. The GT3 RS wasn't entirely happy with the way that the bikes passed, but he was respectful enough about it despite looking like an absolute wedgie magnet, and the two pairs go their separate ways. Now, according to the guy that we're on board with here, his name is Max Wrist Life, he said that that last video gained a lot of negative attention for the GT3 RS driver, for the same reason that I'm explaining here, where the guy just looks like an absolute clown, and then on top of looking like an absolute clown, has his girlfriend in the passenger seat with no helmet or safety gear. So if you think you need to wear the safety gear, but also don't think your girlfriend needs any, it kind of just devolves a little bit. But now we move on to a month later, when these two titans happen to cross paths again.
Hey, do you ever post videos where you don't crop them to make yourself look like a superhero? Whatever makes money. Yeah, I see. Yeah, so what?
Get around us, bro, because I'll fucking put you right off the road, I'll bitch shit. Because I'll fucking put you right off the road, I'll bitch shit.
Wait, can you say that on camera?
So as you guys can see here, the attitude has immediately shifted. Boo Boo the Fool is denying his passion of career choice and has decided that he'd rather play an aggro guy instead. Buddy wants to trade out his little driving mittens for boxing gloves and show up in the ring like a real man. But as you guys will soon find out, and the reason why I'm focusing this video around how canyon drivers are, is this guy has only scratched the surface of being as pathetic as he actually is.
You gonna put us off the road?
You don't know anything about me. Not the damnedest thing. The only thing I know about you is you're slow. No, I'm slow? Yeah. Hey, let's fucking run it. Let's run it. Come on. Let's run it. Come on. I'm ready.
So now the gloves are metaphorically off, but obviously for this GT3 RS guy, he just got his nails done, so they will be staying on. Now our rider here, of course, will be grabbing his gloves because he is a motorcyclist and actually needs them. So Captain Big Balls in the Porsche here challenges our man to a race here, and that is something that I find a lot of respect in, actually. It's not very often anymore that you see two people who are at odds actually challenge each other to race. This guy actually, man-to-man, face-to-face, challenges this guy that he hates to run it. But now I want you guys to really pay attention here for this next part, because this next part is my absolute favorite, and this is where he then goes back to how canyon drivers nowadays always are.
Take the cameras off, Max. Let's run it, no cameras.
No, I gotta film this just to show you everybody what you're doing.
Sorry, quick interjection again. Actually, I forgot about this part as well. He now wants to challenge our boy here to ride with no cameras after literally just threatening to kill him or seriously harm him. Like, why in the world would our guy do that? Like, are you hearing yourself? Did you not hear the actual threat that you just made not even 30 seconds ago? And now you're like, hey, actually, let's run it together. No witnesses, no cameras. That sound good? Yeah, I didn't put my good face on today. You know, my makeup just isn't really looking that good. I got a little dirt scuff on my gloves. I'm just really embarrassed about it. You know, I'd really just rather not have the cameras on me. Oh, I just said I was gonna kill you? Oh, no, that's unrelated. I just, just really don't want to be on camera. You know, that's all. Nothing suspicious there.
All right, I'm ready. You ready to helmet up? Come on. You just said you were gonna do something. Now you're backing down. You just said you were gonna do something.
Anyway, you chopping, scripting to make it.
Are you his girl?
Hey, bro.
He just said he was gonna run it, did he not? God. Why? He said, I'm just trying to get some verification. He said he was going to run it, and now he's rocking it back.
You're real tough when the camera's on. When the camera's off.
Okay.
Now this... God, man, do you hear yourself? You sound so sad. This is what modern canyons are like. It's so lame. I've never been a big one for the grudge match, one-on-one racing. I've never really raced people like that when I drive, just because I'm up there for fun and I just have fun with it my own way a lot of the time. But I have witnessed plenty of these interactions go down, and oh my god, they always go like this. It's always the guy who's the most lame talking the biggest game. And then when someone asks to run it, either the guy himself, which in this case it was the guy himself, no one was even asking him to race, he offered. And then the guy on the motorcycle, being an absolute giga chad, is like, yeah, alright, let's run it. I'm down. He's not even at an advantage here. That GT3 RS would smoke him up here. Bikes do not corner nearly as hard as cars do. That guy is at a blatant disadvantage and is openly like, yeah, absolute giga chad. Love the guy. And then this guy in the GT3 RS, who's the one that challenged him, immediately backs down. I can't. It's so dumb. I'm legitimately giggling about it as I talk about this. This was the part that I was the most excited to share in this video. Don't get me wrong, it still gets crazier from here and even more hilarious. But this was the biggest part where, like, I had to show this because this is genuinely what it's like when people try to square up to race now. Someone always talks a big game and always backs down. It is so ungodly pathetic. And you do that in front of your girl, too. Like, how low Oh my god.
Nah, you guys passed me a month and a half ago on double yellow, oncoming traffic. You almost hit the car that was in the oncoming, had to fucking swerve.
Dude, it's on video. That's not even true.
So now this is where remembering that initial incident was important, because now the 3RS guy is trying to claim that the biker's too dangerous for him to justify being able to race him. If that's your opinion, fair enough. Why'd you challenge him to race and then back down when he said he was down to race you? Probably because you thought he was going to back down since you're in the faster car, but the guy's got way bigger nuts than you, so he didn't, and now you have to shrivel up and back down and come up with excuses. Fast forwarding through a bit of this, because it's just a whole bunch of back and forth. One of our main guys, buddies here, is kind of trying to calm the GT3RS driver down, you know, give baby his bottle, let him kind of go off and take a nap here. He seems like he's a little bit worked up at the moment. And then comes my actual favorite part of this entire video. I don't even want to tell you. Let's just keep going.
So what happened? I heard you were talking shit, and then now you're backed out. You don't want to ride with him. Why'd you back out?
Yeah, he does really angry out. He needs to take a breather.
Naked bike and go take a cruise.
I don't have a naked bike, sorry.
Whatever that little shit box is over there.
Yeah. So why don't you want to ride though now? Why'd you say you wanted to go and then you don't? I don't understand.
How you doing?
Don't talk shit if you can't back it up. No, go. Okay.
Yeah, looking at it.
I never even thought I would say this watching one of these videos. I legitimately, by myself in my room, had a hearty laugh when she just walks up. This other biker chick just comes up out of nowhere. Hey, I heard you were too bitch-made to ride. This woman was exactly what the situation needed. Because he's just seeing red, he's mad at everyone. So the guy that he's challenging to run it, he's just going to come up with whatever excuse he has to stay better than him. Because this guy's a fragile little man with a huge ego, so it's super obvious. And so he's just trying to talk through the guy that he's mainly mad at. This second guy here is trying to play moderator, just try and calm the situation down and just have a nice conversation with him. This woman does the type of thing that I would do in this situation and walk straight up and be like, hey, you just said you were going to run it, and now you're saying you're too scared. What happened there? That's kind of weird that you would come up on this guy super aggressive, make actual threats against him and say that he's slow and want to run it, and then you just back out. That's really weird. Why would you do that? That's just kind of weird. And he tries to throw it back like, oh yeah, whatever, your bike, your little pile over there. And she's like, yeah, okay, you're still not running it. Like, it's like he was grabbing at straws and we were in a paper straws establishment. Like, everything he was trying to reach for just disintegrated in his hand, and it's so pathetic. But what I love about this girl especially, she bullied him enough to get him to actually get in the car and at least act like he's gonna run it. She made him feel so insecure, even though he's really trying to cover it up. She made him feel so insecure that she pushed him to actually double down on what he said and actually look like he's gonna go for a run. So Michael Schumacher over there in the GT3 RS gets in the car, puts on the helmet, and gets ready to go. Or so he wants to show to all of his friends. He doesn't actually go. They go around the corner, and now he goes and pulls up into this dirt lot here, and it gets better. It gets better. Follow with me here.
The Porsche is taking. Oh! Too bad.
Now, the astute observers viewing this video now would have noticed two key points about that clip that I just played there that I find extremely important to talk about. Obviously, aside from the point that this guy got in his car like he was going to go race and then pulled around the corner where no one could see him and then just turned around and shot rocks at them and went the other way. That's pretty obvious. Now, for the astute observers, what you guys may have noticed is he didn't initially want to go into reverse. He wanted to do a sick J-turn in the lot, but is such a bad driver that he failed at kicking out a 500 plus horsepower car on gravel and almost drove straight off the curb and bottomed out his lip on the street. So he had to quickly hit the brakes and put it in reverse to then back up and finish his U-turn. But then also, the other thing I want to point out, for those who may have noticed when he drove by, his girlfriend in the passenger seat was looking pretty pink. He actually bought her a helmet. So in the original video, she's not wearing a helmet. So this big tough guy who doesn't care about what anyone says and is super tough and whatever and drinks his milk with 2 hands. He drinks the whole milk, not the 2%, and just big, strong bones, tough guy. So he looked at all those comments and actually felt so personally attacked by the things people were saying that were so mean. He went and bought her a helmet. Super small things there, but so funny.
He came back. He got scared again.
Anyway.
I have, thanks! Lose some weight?
And so for this whole big blow-up interaction, this is pretty much where it ends. Really, really pathetic stuff. That guy is so sad. It's unbelievable. Back when I first got into it and I was hanging around a bunch of other people who were in it that would all race each other, it was as simple as 2 men wanted to race each other. It wasn't even always in bad blood, but sometimes it was. But 2 guys wanted to race and see who was faster and settle their differences. And they did so, no questions asked. They'd kind of discuss their rules, come to an agreement, have their run, and that was it. That is just something that maybe I'm too far out of the loop at this point, but it just seems like this is what the norm is now. It's to act like you'll be faster, but then when it's time for the gloves to come off, metaphorically speaking, they just always back out. And it's so pathetic. It's so sad. Like, if you don't want to race, don't ask to race. It's not like you have to. It's not like every way to solve your problems is to just race a guy you don't like. That's not the case at all. But it's like, then why challenge that? Why challenge that if you don't want to do that? And you just look so stupid. I can't get over that part enough also. Don't wear a helmet and gloves in canyons. Don't wear anything that you would wear to the track in canyons. You look fucking stupid. And if you don't believe me, see this esteemed review from this guy who, by the way, made a huge song and dance about how dangerous our motorcycle driver was here.
He's in the middle of the road doing donuts. I got it.
Would be a shame, right?
What an idiot.
That was the guy that was just telling me I was dangerous.
He told you you were dangerous.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah,
he's ready for anything.
Imagine rolling up to a spot thinking you're so cool, and then everyone there gets a look at you, and they all have a nice, happy, collective laugh at how much of a loser you look like. But that's pretty much it. I'm not going to tell you guys how to live your lives, but I can give you the advice of, if you guys find yourselves in some canyon scenarios, or you guys hang out in this scene yourselves, if you're going to challenge someone to a race, or someone challenges you to a race, stand up for yourself. Don't act like you're going to do it and then back down. You look like this guy. It's pretty lame. But that's pretty much it here. It's just a really silly story to cover. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you guys for watching.